So I wanted to review or clarify what I was getting at why I asked the question that I did for today, or for a 515 discussion on John Stuart Mill's greatest happiness principle. This is utilitarianism, and what Mill is. It's a longer book. It's a very readable book, but it's a little longer book. But it all starts with this: the greatest happiness principle, or principle of utility, he calls them by both names interchangeably. And the question I'm asking here is about what is really the essence of, I would say, um, the greatest happiness principle. It's a definition of what good means. This word good, um, what does it mean, especially in morality? What does it mean for something to be good and for something not to be good, for something to be bad? It's happiness. That is, something is good if it produces or is conducive to, in some way, human happiness. It is bad if it in some way detracts from human happiness, causes unhappiness, lessens happiness, however you want to put it. This is a very simple uh, principle on the face of it, but leads to many, many, many complications. But I guess the first question we want to ask, I think, and that's why I asked the question I did, is it the only thing that makes something good that it produces happiness, or the only thing that makes it bad that it produces unhappiness? And here, I guess the thing is human acts, things that we do. Because in morality, we're really judging human behavior. We're asking whether the acts that we perform or fail to perform constitute good or bad moral behavior. And so the question really is that really true that an act is good solely with reference to how much happiness or unhappiness it causes? There are some problems, perhaps, that one may suggest, and many a philosopher has suggested right away, and that is, well, what if some terrible thing made lots and lots of people happy? Would that make it good? Well, the problem is that we're sort of begging the question by calling it a terrible thing. If the effects of something are what makes it good or bad, then it would make no sense to say, well, a bad thing made people happy. It made people happy. On the whole, it's good. But this goes against many, many of our pre existing moral intuitions. That some things are just bad, irrespective of whether they make anybody happy or not. They're just bad. Now, that's not fatal to utilitarianism. Many utilitarians have come up with sort of secondary principles to account for why doing certain things that might make people happy are still bad on utilitarian grounds, but that's a further argument. I don't know. I mean, I guess we're working with our primary intuitions here, and the question is, do you really think that it's only the relevance to human happiness that determines the moral value of an act? Might there be other factors? Is really what I was getting at.